not stab you in the back. A woman certainly will, but a bike will never let you down.
From being a side character in GTA 4 to being the main protagonist in the next game and then being a meth head in GTA 5.
Oh, because you're a dead man? And the only sentient part of you left is this little bit of brain and the gristle on the end of my boot?
Today we're gonna talk about the GTA protagonist who end up with the best ending. We're gonna talk about his life before the game and what happened to him after the game. And that character is Johnny Klebitz.
Hey, Johnny! The big bad biker man!
And I'm gonna leave my personal opinion on what happened to him in GTA 5 in the end of the video, okay? So make sure to check it out. But for now, let's tell the story exactly how it happened. Johnny Klebitz was born in 1974 to a Jewish family in Alderney. He had an older brother who was friends with Billy Gray when they were 15 and Johnny was 10. And in 2008, Michael is a soldier serving in Iraq and a law-abiding citizen. And he keeps criticizing Johnny's biker lifestyle, like we see in his emails. And much like Nico Bellic, Johnny doesn't see much glory in being in the army, as you're fighting wars that isn't yours. And he actually thought that he's gonna be an army man when he was younger.
Always thought I'd be an army man. Not so much when I realized war was just about getting the fat cats fatter though.
Billy is the one who took young Johnny into the Lost MC. And he did a lot of criminal activities between 1991 to 1994, when he was between 17 to 20 years old, until he went to prison and served 6 years. And he said he punched out license plates for a year in the joint, and that he never worked a job since then. One of the patches in Johnny's jacket reads, "I rode mine to Los Santos in 2004. And probably they opened a chapter there, as you hear this girl from Los Santos saying that she was with them for 10 years.
Guess I was just another rebellious young girl who wanted to get back at her parents. But instead of dating an older guy for a week like the rest of my friends, I end up rolling with a gang of older guys for like 10 years. Fuck, I am so naive.
But in another conversation in the game, he said that he is not interested in opening other chapters outside of Liberty City yet. So we are not that sure. So we know that he went to Los Santos in 2004. So going to San Andreas in 2013 wouldn't be the first time. Also, the year 2004 is the same year GTA San Andreas was published and Los Santos was introduced for the first time. Johnny also has an eye which is weak or even blind. Johnny showed that he cares so much about the club and the business, and he seems much more smart and sensible compared to other club members. Johnny and Ashley used to date, but he ended the relationship with her after she had an affair with Billy. And it seems like Billy's not the only one she's sleeping with, and we knew that for a fact in 2013.
Tell me, do you still have Ashley's phone number? Why don't you give her a call for me? Tell her I'm inside getting all sorts of fucked up, and that I would really like we, meaning all of us, would love some whole...
Johnny, baby, I heard Billy's back inside.
Yeah, he's locked up for a time. They might give you two a conjugal visit trailer if you ask the screws nice.
Fuck you, Johnny. Why you being like that? I just like Billy, that's all.
You like a lot of people, Ash.
Yeah, but I only love you.
Stop saying that. It's meaningless. You don't even know what the words mean. So, why you here?
I heard you boys is having a little internal dispute.
Yeah, where'd you hear that from?
From Ashley.
You friends with Ashley?
Everybody's friends with Ashley, tough guy. You know, she's a good kid and all. A little messed up, but, you know, she needed a friend. I fucked Ashley, my friend, and now I'm gonna fuck you.
Johnny also left her because of her drug addiction, but still he cares about her and will be here to protect her.
You sure know how to get yourself into trouble, don't you, baby?
You sure know how to get me out, Johnny.
Come here.
So you can say that they are kinda in an on and off relationship. Okay, before we continue, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and tell me, what do you think of my biker jacket? Can I maybe join the Lost MC or the Angel of Death or whatever, any, please? Okay, so I'm gonna take it out because it's so hot in here. So, in 2008, Billy, the president of the club, got arrested for drug distribution and placed in a court-ordered rehab. As acting president of the Lost, Johnny managed to secure a truce with the gang rivals, the Angels of Death, and he sold them Billy's bike to secure the truce so that they could focus on making money to keep the club running. And as expected, Billy didn't like that when he got out.
Then answer the goddamn question. Why the fuck haven't you got it back for me, friend, brother?
One word. Business. Like I told you when you were in there.
What business is more important, Mr. 1980s yuppie big shot, than your best friend's bike when he's close to getting a 15-year stretch?
The business that pays his lawyer's fees. The business that puts food on all of our tables. The business that we are all in while you're out pretending to be saved.
Get my bike!
What am I, your fucking dog?
And the events of the game starts from here. Billy will tell them to get his bike back, and that will recreate the war between the two gangs. And we know the events of the game. So what happened after the end of the game? So let's recap the events real quick before we move to the end, just for the context. After Billy got to his old habits and started making unnecessary wars for the club and also not actually caring about the members, like when we saw how he acted when Nico killed Jason. Instead of finding out who actually killed him, he blamed it on the Angels of Death to be a reason for him to steal their heroin.
Get away from Mr. Faustin's daughter.
Fuck you! This ain't Russia, and we ain't communists.
Tell my father I can see whoever I like.
I'm gonna get the brothers, and we're gonna kick your fucking ass! Hey, let's mess this commie asshole up. He fuck with me, he fuck with all the Lost.
What are you talking about?
These deadbeats are the ones who killed Jason in Broker.
Thought it was a Pole or a Serb or something.
We got some bad information, brother. These are the guys. They killed that kid, and look at you. You're acting like you don't even give a shit.
So it got them into trouble. Billy wanted to get rid of Johnny and Jim, but instead he got locked up in prison and he blamed Johnny for it. Then he wanted to rat the club out to get into witness protection program.
Witness protection for what? No one was convicted of anything.
So Johnny went with the gang, stormed the correctional facility and killed Billy.
Come on, get it over with.
Do it! I'm doing it!
What? You waiting for a speech or something?
Come on!
Then they got back to the clubhouse and found out it torn apart by Ray's men. So the remaining members of the gang concluded that their elderly chapter is over and decided to burn the clubhouse down. After the end, Johnny is left in turmoil. Billy's betrayal led to the end of the Alderney chapter, with the only known members left are Terry, Clay, Agnes, and John. Johnny also cut his ties with Ashley after we saw how he talked to her about her heroin addiction, but she never changed.
Go on and get out of here.
I love you, Johnny K.
You're speaking a foreign language to me now, lady. Now get the fuck out of here.
And after the end of the game, there is a phone call that shows you that she didn't learn anything throughout the whole game.
Didn't think I'd hear from you again.
I didn't think I'd call you. You hear about Billy?
Yeah, I heard. Look, Johnny. Look, have you got any money? I need $40. I need it real bad, baby.
Not this time. You can kill yourself on your own. Goodbye, Ash.
And after that, she sends an email informing him that she went to rehab, but Johnny still insists that she stays away from him. But that's a good news, right? At least she went to rehab, correct? Well, soon after she got kicked out because of her addiction again, and she asks Johnny for money, and he still tells her to stay away from him. Also, Johnny said that he will keep sending money to Jim's wife and Jim's son in a phone call after the ending, and told Agnes that he cut Ashley loose from his head.
Angus, man.
Chapter president?
I'm president of a burnout house and some broken-ass brothers. It's dead, man. It's over.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'll probably keep sending money to Jim's old lady and her kid. I owe him that.
We all do.
Beyond that, I'll probably try to cut my ties.
What about Ashley?
Ashley? The ice got her good. I finally cut her loose in my head, man. I don't know what's left for her other than that need to fuck up everything around her. You've been a good friend, Angus.
You're a good man, Johnny. Things should have worked out better for you.
Well, things should be better for a whole heap of people. It don't work out that way, do it? Adios, amigo.
So we knew from the end that Johnny's gonna stay away from his criminal life and insisted on cutting all the ties with Ashley. Like, it happened like 5-6 times in the end and after the end. He said it a lot. So we knew that for a fact. But we know that this is not what happened after that. So again, I'm gonna leave my personal opinion in the end. I'm not gonna get into it while I'm telling the story. I'm gonna tell it how it happened. Okay, so at some time between 2008 and 2013, Johnny returned to his criminal lifestyle. And he, Terry, Clay, and Ashley went to Blane County in San Andreas, where they set up a new chapter for the Lost. The gang there became heavily involved in drugs and arms trading, and Johnny got addicted to meth, most likely due to Ashley's influence, who he got back together with after all the time he said he won back in 2008. Johnny got much thinner and physiologically unstable because of his addiction. And we can actually see in his jacket in GTA 5 that he is a vice president now, not the president as he was in 2008. That's likely due to his drug addiction, so he isn't the same guy he used to be. Or maybe that's a developer mistake, because throughout GTA 5, it seems like he was the one representing the Lost MC. During that period, the Lost got affiliated with Trevor Phillips, who ran a trading business in Blane County as well. But the relationship seemed shaky due to Trevor frequently sending the GTA Online protagonist to steal from the Lost. And in the act, the hitman kills members of the Lost. And also Trevor often had sex with Ashley, who's Johnny's girl. And in that message Ron sent to the GTA protagonist, he says that Trevor wants one of the Lost MC vans, something to do with his friend Ashley, to torment her felon. So it seems like Trevor doesn't like Johnny, but we don't know why exactly. Also, the Lost made some new enemies in San Andreas, the Madrazo cartel and the families, as we see both of them sending the online protagonist to disturb their business. So one day, Johnny finally decided to confront Trevor about fucking Ashley, after Trevor fucked Ashley once again. And unfortunately for him, Trevor wasn't in the best of moods, as he just found out that Michael is still alive. And I'll just let the cutscene play.
You wanna get lit now, sugar?
Pablo Rebazar makes 28 million.
Trevor, baby, you wanna smoke up now?
Don't do it, Johnny! Don't do it!
Trevor! You been with my girl again? I'm speaking with you, asshole!
Don't do it, Johnny! I told him, Trevor, I told him!
We all get high! We all get high! But that don't make it right!
Johnny! Leave it!
The crystal has got us, babe, but that don't make it right. Don't make nothing right. Not what you done with me.
I'm telling Johnny, leave it!
I ain't leaving nothing. Trevor! I'm talking to you, motherfucker!
Are you? What are you saying?
Fucking my girl, man. It's wrong.
Well, I gotta fuck someone. You want me to fuck you instead? Is that the problem here? Take off your pants, cowboy, all right? Let's fuck.
You think this is funny?
Get them off!
I told him to leave it, Trevor. I told him. Leave it. Leave it.
Shut up, Ron. I'm about to fuck me a meth head, ain't I, cowboy? Get my boy sucked from his toothless gums, huh?
Fuck you, Trevor.
Oh.
I still love her.
All right, cowboy. Hey, I know. Hey, come on.
I don't mean nothing by it, man.
I know.
I'm messed up.
I know, cowboy. It's okay, man. Give me a hug, yeah. Fucking shit! Cut! Who the fuck are you speaking to? Who? I'm talking to you, huh? You fuck!
Johnny!
Huh? Next time, don't get in my fucking face! I just saw a fucking ghost and I gotta hear your crap! Get up! Get up! Fuck you then!
Johnny!
Well, that's fucking sad. So, from that scene we can tell how much the meth destroyed his brain. One moment he's angry with Trevor for fucking his girl, and in less than seconds he complains to him that he still loves her, and then hugging it out with the guy who just fucked her. So we know that the meth messed up his thinking, and you can tell how much easily he was intimidated by Trevor, and seems like he lost all his courage. He was like, fucking my girl, man, it's wrong. What is that? A morality lesson? The dude is acting like he never broke into a facility heavily armed just 5 years ago. So yeah, the meth messed him up so badly, like so badly. And if that is not the best lesson for you to stay away from drugs, I don't know what is. Anyway, Trevor doesn't stop there, and he realized that he just started a war with the Lost MC. So instead of waiting for them to find out, he brought the news to them by going to Terry and Clay and informed them that he just had sex with Ashley and killed Johnny.
Hey, you seen Ashley? Johnny's looking for her.
Well, you know, as a matter of fact, I just did, just 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I saw her on the end of this penis here.
Johnny ain't gonna be cool if you messing with her again.
Oh, really? Well, you don't think so, huh? Well, why don't we just ask him then, huh? Hey, cowboy, you mind that I fucked your old lady? Sorry, what was that? Well, no, you don't mind? Oh, because you're a dead man? And the only sentient part you left is this little bit of brain and the gristle on the end of my boot? Well, thank you very much, cowboy.
Bullshit!
Oh, I like it, denial. That is first part of the grieving process, brothers. Now let's all hold hands, huh? Oh, looks like you got something you want to say, huh? You got something you need to say?
This better be bullshit.
Oh, where are you guys going, huh? Let's go, ladies.
Well, as much as it's sad, but that's a badass move right there, to be honest. And then he kills Terry and Clay along with a lot of the Lost members and start a new war with them. A war that they are losing so badly. So after that we hear Johnny being mentioned again by Larry, the bounty target.
Just consider yourself extremely lucky your heart is still beating and not being stomped under my foot right now.
Oh yeah, right. I heard about Johnny.
Yes.
And then we hear another conversation about Johnny from the ammunition owner, Melvin.
I always kind of liked Johnny K.
Oh, you did you? Well, there might still be a bit of him on the bottom of my foot if you're pining for a reunion.
No. Just forget I said anything.
So it seems like the word of Johnny's death and how exactly he died spread out so fast. But to let you know how messed up Johnny was as a president, you can hear the members of the Lost comparing him to Billy Gray, thinking that Billy Gray was actually a good leader unlike Johnny.
Whatever they said about his switching, man, that was bullshit. Billy would have never let this shit go down right here. One creepy little dealer taking down a whole chapter. Ridiculous.
So they think that Billy Gray wasn't a snitch and that Johnny was bullshitting. All because how bad of a president he is, so they can't trust even his stories. And there is another conversation between Ron and Trevor that showcases how even Trevor doesn't know much about Johnny K, and that he was something back then.
Vast criminal conspiracy like the Lost MC shouldn't let a goon like Johnny K represent them.
He was a man past his prime. I heard he used to be serious.
A few hard stamps to the head knocked the seriousness right out of him.
Sure did. But before that, I mean, back in Alderney.
Man was weak for Crystal, weak for Ashley, man was weak. Shouldn't have spoken to me like that.
He shouldn't have. He was a fool, and you corrected him.
He'll not do that again.
So yeah, that's pretty much the whole story of Johnny. So what happened to Ashley? Well, after Johnny's death, she posted on Life Invader, "You will pay for what happened to Johnny, all of you." And then sadly soon after, we will hear a new report on the radio saying that they found Ashley's body rotten in a room along with some other men.
Police responding to neighbors' complaints found 5 rotting corpses in a condo in Paleto Bay up in Blane County. The 4 men and 1 woman were apparently involved in a sex and drugs orgy that went badly wrong. The woman, Ashley Butler from Alderney, and 4 local men ranging in ages from 53 to 85 all had histories of drug and legal problems.
So yeah, Ashley died getting gangbanged by 4 dudes and overdosed with drugs. So yeah, that's another tragic ending. So what happened to the Lost MC? Well, they survived what Trevor did to them, and they are actually still surviving until now in GTA Online. Yes, they are getting their ass kicked from whoever hired the GTA Online protagonist, but it seems like they have unlimited members or something, so they always survive any massacre that happens to them. So we see them a lot in GTA Online, and the last event where they appeared in was in 2013, and still getting their ass kicked. But I don't want to get into details. I don't think it's important or interesting, or at least building towards a story or something. It's just some random stories, but all we know for now that they are still going at least. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. Now to get into my opinion on how Johnny died in GTA 5. Okay, look, I'm not against killing off protagonists. Matter of fact, that's probably how they're all gonna end up if this was real life. You know, getting killed in one of the random shootouts. But since it's not real life and it's a story, so a story has to be good and meaningful. So again, I'm fine with killing off protagonists if that's gonna make a good story and be a meaningful one. And we actually have a lot of examples like that. You know, take Red Dead Redemption for example, or when in Mafia 2 you play as Vito and kill the protagonist of Mafia 1. You know, it's a tragic scene, but in a good way. So, back to Johnny. We know that they did it to give us a shock, to be like, whoa, Trevor just smashed the head of the protagonist I was playing with like 2 games ago. And that is the first thing he does in the game. Damn, that dude is crazy. But no, it didn't work like that, because Johnny now is a pussy. He's not the same badass protagonist he was 5 years ago. So Trevor is not gonna seem like a badass for killing, you know, another badass protagonist. No, to the viewer, he seems like he just killed another junkie who couldn't stand up for himself and hugged and apologized to the guy who just fucked his woman 2 minutes ago. I would have accepted it if they still made him the same badass character, but now he's an enemy. And we can probably fight him back and forth in the Sandy Shores part and then kill him in the end before we get to Los Santos to find Mike. I think that could have been badass to see, fighting a protagonist that you actually like. You know, like when you play as Luis Lopez and then shoot at Nico Bellic and Johnny Klebitz, who you were just playing as in the previous 2 games. And the whole conflict the 3 protagonists of GTA 4 had with each other. That was amazing, and we wanted to see more of that actually. Hell, in GTA 5 you can kill either of the 2 protagonists, Michael or Trevor, and still their death scenes are amazing. No one hated them. So I would have loved it if Johnny was the same character and we are fighting him in some way or another. That's gonna be good, even if you're gonna kill him in the end. Secondly, why the hell did they decide to make him a drug addict and back with Ashley and didn't even explain how it happened? We saw how much Johnny was against drugs and insisted on cutting all ties with Ashley in the end of The Lost and Damned. I know that people change, I know, and it's been 5 years. Yeah, I could be a junkie myself in 5 years and hate video games. Yeah, I know that people change, but again, this isn't real life, it's a story, and the story has to be a good one. We already invested too much in the story of Johnny, and in the end, he insisted that he ain't getting back with Ashley because of her drugs addiction. But instead, they threw all of that in the trash. Hey, remember that Johnny you played as for like 10 hours at least, who was against drug addiction? Well, he's a junkie now. Yeah, live with it. Okay, care to explain how it happened? No, it happened off screen, okay? move on. Well, you just ruined GTA The Lost and Damned plot for me, because all he stands for in The Lost and Damned has changed and you didn't even tell me how it happened. So I won't take The Lost and Damned seriously next time I'm playing it. Like, imagine in Spider-Man No Way Home we saw Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man coming back, but now he's killing people and like not interested in saving anyone, and they didn't explain it. So next time I'm watching the first 3 movies, I'm not gonna take him seriously, because I know that he's gonna change anyway and screw all the plot and everything that he stands for, and I'm not gonna even know how or why. So I'm not against turning him into a junkie. My problem is that it happened off screen after I invested so much in the story, and there was no even hints by the end that he's gonna turn to be something like that. You could have made him take drugs in The Lost and Damned from time to time, and we probably see it messing up his mind partly throughout the whole game. So when we saw him again in GTAIV, that could have made sense. And he shouldn't be like, "Don't contact me, Ashley," for like 5-6 times in the end of the game. No, he should have been like, you know, I missed you, but no, just don't contact me. So we know that he's hesitated, so when we see him again in GTA 5, it's gonna make sense that he's now back with Ashley, because they already suggested it in the end of The Lost and Damned. But no, a major part changed in him after I invested so much in his story, and in the end they didn't even care to explain how it happened. We also saw some of the good stories where the badass character of the story turns into a junkie, and it was some good stories. Take for example Scarface and Goodfellas. We see in both of the movies they are thinking straight, smart in the first half of the movie, and then in the second half the drugs messed their mind up and put them into a lot of trouble. But why was it good? Because we saw it happening, so it wasn't like a complete change for no reason. I wish that it was something like the 2 scenarios I explained, then it would have been, yes, tragic, but in a good way. So that's my whole take. To be honest, Johnny isn't my favorite protagonist or anything like that. Like, if they did what happened to him to Luis Lopez, for example, I would have like, yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna hang myself. So yeah, I can see why people are mad about it. And I'm actually kinda mad too. Anyway, that's my take for the whole thing. Tell me, what do you think? Do you agree with me, or do you have any other opinions? We made a video like that for Nico, so don't miss it out here. And like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I see you in the next video. Peace.